Alright guys, this is gonna I'm gonna do a video log. I see a lot of people are doing them and they're pretty neat, and it's a good way to put a few different videos together into, I don't know, kind of keep up. I like seeing the certain people that I follow on YouTube here. I like to see what they got going on, and instead of watching like 20 other videos, you know, it's kind of neat to follow up with them and see what they're up to, different things. And they're doing them in the form of a video log. So that's what I'm gonna do here. I'm gonna do one, and we'll see how it goes. Today is, what the hell is today? Today is Tuesday, January 13. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it is 10:30 in the morning. I woke up kind of late this morning, and I let my little guy sleep. The other two were off to school, but I let the littlest one to sleep, and I just went and dropped him off at Grandpa's. On the agenda for today is the gym, definitely. I have to go fill, I have a bullet heater, 38,000 BTU bullet heater I use to heat my garage with. It's the cheapest way and the easiest way. I fire that thing up within 9-10 minutes, and I can get it from, it usually stays steady in there about 40-42 degrees, but I can get it even today. Shit, today is like a high of 11 degrees. Really cold today, but I can get it today. I'll fire that thing up maybe 10, 11, 12 minutes of running it. I can get it from like 40-42 degrees and they're up to 70, like that. It's not a huge garage. It's like a 1.5 car garage, but it does the job. That thing heats up fast, but it runs on propane, and my propane tank is empty. I let my father-in-law use it to put heat underneath the lift in his shop, because he repainted the lift and he had to heat up the steel quickly, and that was the fastest way to do it. And then I used it a little bit after that, and so now it's empty, but I got to go fill it up. And on the reservations here near my house, they to fill up a normal 10-pound propane tank, it's I think it's $11 fill up. It's a hell of a lot cheaper than swapping out them blue Rhinos at like 20-something bucks a shot. Them people are friggin' crooks. It's propane, for crying out loud. But anyway, so I gotta go do that, and I have to go pick up some steel so I can finally start working on that trailer. Need to get that trailer done, get a bunch of grinding done in that to clean up the metal, and get some start getting those braces welded on there so I can build the cage that's going to go on the front of it, and get that all welded up and put together. Right now I am going to my son's school because he called me and informed me that he forgot his gym sneakers. I don't see how that's possible, because after all, I do tell him all the time, hey, it's wintertime. You only wear your boots when you go outside, so why don't you just leave your gym sneakers in your locker? It's the only place you wear them, and they will be there every time you need them. Does he listen to Dad? Hell no. He's 9 years old. He doesn't listen to Dad. So when he's told what to do, he listens. When I make suggestions, Dad don't know what the hell he's talking about. And I know it's only going to get worse as he gets older. But if he forgot his sneakers, that's the worst thing he's done today, I'm taking it. But alright, let me go drop these off. I'll be back. Alright, painless. So, sneakers are dropped off to little man. Now he can do what he needs to do for gym. Now I get on with my day. We will head out to go get this propane tank filled, and then I will, what the hell am I doing? Oh yeah, I gotta go pick up steel to start working on that trailer, getting some of those braces. Damn it, you know what I did? I left the measurements at home of the lengths of steel I need. I'm pretty sure I have a good idea, But I gotta pass the house anyway, so why not stop and get them. Not that I'm sure I won't use that steel for something else anyway, but it's winter time, it's plowing season, which there hasn't been a ton of snow this year, so it's not like money is just rolling in right now this time of year. Those of you guys down in Florida or California that you mow year round, or you at least switch from weeklies to bi-weeklies and still mow year round, you know, you got it a little bit easier. A little bit easier than those of us that are up in the north where it gets colder than you can imagine. And there's really nothing that we can do but you plow snow in the winter. Maybe do a little tree work here and there if it's coming in, but I don't put too much into tree work, to be honest with you. I don't want to be outside in the cold. I've done it for enough years and I'm tired of it, and I just don't want to do it anymore. So I plow snow, and that's about as far as I go with it. I don't do a whole lot of work outside in the wintertime. But it's one of the things you guys got to do. I see a lot of people are making a lot of these videos on what you do during the wintertime when you own a landscape company. If you're like me and you're somewhere where it's cold, I know Greg from Geek to Freak, it's colder than hell where he's at. Let's see here, Sup Animals, Jeremy, you know, it's cold where he's at. Jeremy's got other things going on, a lot of online businesses, things like that. If you don't have other side businesses going on or things like that, I mean, you can always get a part-time job, a seasonal job if you want to do that. Or you can plow snow. I will say this about plowing snow. It gets old fast. The nights it's supposed to snow, you gotta wake up. I set my alarm like every 2 hours, every 3 hours, and wake up and check, because if you have commercial properties, they have to be done before the businesses are open, or else they start getting mad. If they don't fire you halfway through the season, you surely won't have them the following year. And then, you know, you got them certain residentials, which that's a whole nother topic, and I'll touch on that in a second, actually. But anyway, if you're plowing, you know, you don't get much sleep during the winter, and you can't really rely on the forecast, because if you're a landscaper, you know, I have at least 3 to 4 different weather apps on my phone, and you know, whether it's summertime and I'm looking to see if it's going to rain, or winter and I'm looking to see if it's going to snow, I'm constantly checking them all, and I'm just taking the happy medium between all of them. And but like I said, if you're a landscaper, then you probably already know that weather forecast is 80% bullshit and 20% educated guess, and that's a fact. Because other than a politician, I guess a meteorologist is the only occupation where you can lie to the American public year-round and still have your job. But I don't know. So we're about plowing residentials. I'm done with that crap too. There's a few that I will keep, just because there's some of my mowing customers I do in the summer, and they're elderly couples, and you know, I'll take care of them. But other than that, I'm done with residential. This is the last year for that garbage. As far as plowing goes, I'm sticking to commercial, straight commercial plowing. They're the easiest. You get those apartment, like I do a lot of big apartment complexes now, and they're the best. You know what I mean? If I don't want to get up till 6:37 in the morning, and I don't get there and plow them till 7, 8 o'clock, and there's only like 4 inches of snow, it's no big deal. Nobody cares. You know, as long as the tenants aren't calling up the property manager bitching to him because the parking lot didn't get plowed, or you know, they're getting stuck in it, you know, then nobody gives a shit. But in businesses, you just gotta get there before they open. But you deal with residentials, and the standard in my area anyway, the standard across the board for contractors plowing snow is 2 inches. You plow anything 2 inches and above, you plow. But you get some of those customers where, okay, it doesn't start snowing till 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, and it doesn't even build up to 2 inches of snow till 5:36. Well, you can't go out and start plowing until then, until it builds up. Okay, that's fine, but now you're out there plowing at 5:36 and you have 40 customers that all leave for work at 6 o'clock in the morning, and they're all calling you all at the same time, calling you pissed off because their driveway wasn't plowed when they left for work. Well, you know what, I can't plow, I can't start plowing at 5:30 or 6 o'clock and by 6 o'clock or by 10 after 6 have 40 freaking driveways done that are in 4 different townships. You know, I know I spread myself a little bit, but it's really, our towns are close around here. I'm not really spreading them that far, so it's not, I don't really see, it's just a pain, and you got to deal with it all the time. And some of them, you know, they'll call you up, well, just wait till the storm is over and then plow. Well, no, I don't do that. I plow with the storm. If it's only going to drop 3-4 inches, you can wait till it's over, you know, and then plow everything. But if it turned out to be an 8-9 inch storm, well, if you don't plow with it and you wait till the end, now you're pushing 8 or 9 inches of snow, putting that much more wear and tear on your truck, that much more wear and tear on your plow, and you're doing it all for the same price. You're pushing 9 inches of snow, heavy, wet, thick snow, for the same price that you would normally push 2 inches, 3 inches of snow. That's stupid. You're beating the hell out of your plow in your truck. So for the same amount of money. So I don't do it. I plow with the storm. If they don't like it, they can go find someone else to do it. I really don't care. But you know, but I try to accommodate them, and I try to take care of them as best I can, you know, because I want to keep them on, especially the ones that are year-round customers. I mow for, mulch, hedge trim, and all that. You know, I want to keep them on, I want to take care of them, but some of them, you know, you just gotta, once you get to that point in your business, I've been landscaping on and off in 4 other companies, probably 16, 17 years. This year coming up, 2015, is my 3rd year in business for myself. And last year, I was sitting at a 64% increase from the first year. The local town that I live in, that my business is in, named me Lawn Care Service of the Year for 2014. A lot of you guys have seen that award on my other videos, and they advertised it for me. So my phone exploded after that, and I'm really, really strong on customers. I've spent longer on lawns to make sure they're perfect, and actually lost money on them just so I can make sure they were perfect before I left. And that's why my business keeps growing. But either way, I've been in this industry a long time, and so I'm happy that I'm at the stage now where I can pick and choose the ones I want. So if they're a pain for me, or they're just, you know, more of a pain than they're worth, then I just dump them off, and I don't keep them. I don't just call them up and say, find somebody else. You know, I make it sound, you know, nice and sweet so that it doesn't give me a bad image, but you know, you gotta get to that point where you can just dump them off. Either way, it is a pain when you get your phone blowing up, you're dead tired, you've been out plowing endlessly, but yeah, so you got to deal with that all the time if you're doing residentials. Commercials, they really, you know, plow them, get it done, and they really don't care. And they send you that check every month if you have it set up that way, which in my opinion is the best way. But yeah, anyway, okay, so that's that. I'm at my house. I got to run in here and get some, get those measurements, those lengths for that steel, and then I got to head up and start taking care of that. But yeah, I'm gonna put some more videos together. I'm gonna make this into one. Alright, so the gym portion of this day is over. I feel great once again, like I always do when I walk out of the gym. But I can't wait till summer when I don't have to bundle back up in all these clothes when I come out of the gym. I want to touch base on something with y'all about gym and supplements and, you know, things like that. First off, there's an array of supplements out there, and you got to figure out what works for you and what doesn't. And some things aren't always the same, aren't always going to be the same. Back when I used to, all right, if any of you guys have been following along on this little journey with me, you'll see that, you know, you'll know that I'm just fresh back into working out after I took like almost a 5-year break from working out for many reasons. But anyway, so I've gone back to a lot of the old supplements that I used to take before, the different types of weight gainer, the creatine, the different pre-workout drinks. And anyways, so what I'm getting at is there's a pre-workout that I used to take before. It was called Explode. And a lot of people said, nah, that's more for a post-workout drink, but I always use it as a pre-workout drink. And taking it before my workouts, it gave me explosive energy. I mean, it did. I'm not trying to promote their product by any means or read off the label, but it gave me great energy. I had great pumps. I'd be one set into something and my arms would just go, you know, and I'd stay that way the whole time I was working out, probably for a good hour, hour and a half after the workout. Anyway, so I love that stuff and it worked great. Well, so I ordered more when I started this workout. Well, I took this other stuff called C4 that I found in the store. Sorry, I'm hearing some clunking in my steering. And the C4 stuff really didn't do nothing for me. It made my face super tingly. It was really weird. It made my entire face feel like I had like frostbite all over my face. That's real. Sorry off track, guys. My front end's making some funky noises. I'll have to look at that later. Anyway, so yeah, that C4 stuff made my face feel all like frostbitten. I mean, it really didn't give me any energy. It didn't really do much for me. But I'm not saying the product doesn't work. Some things work for some people, some things don't. You gotta try and see what works for you. Which gets me back over to the Explode. So I recently ordered more of that stuff because it worked so well for me in the past. I really liked it. What I have found out is a lot of the supplements I used to take, they either don't sell anymore or they do sell them, only they're under what they call a new formula. Well, this new Explode, the first time I took it, I felt great. I had the energy, not quite like I did before, but it gave me some good energy, and it definitely gave me some pump to my muscles, but still, again, not like before. The one big thing I noticed with it was it seemed like anytime I took it, I'd be in the gym and I'd be working out, and how do I put that? I'm just gonna put it to you the way it is. It made me feel like I wanted to shit my pants. Look at this retard here, his BMW. Move that fucking piece of shit. Fucking Canadians, I hate them. Anyway, don't anybody take offense. I don't hate Canadians. I hate the way Canadian drivers drive when they get over here in the States in our parking lots. Their driving is different over there from what I've seen. They will fly right across the center of parking lots, which is illegal in New York State. You can't do that. A lot of people do it anyway, and if you're way out in the middle of a lot, then, you know, fine. They do it right through the center and almost cause accidents like crazy. They'll stop dead center in the middle of a road on a busy freaking street and just sit there and look around because they can't figure out where they're going, not realizing they're about to get plowed into or cause like a 5-6 car pileup. It's ridiculous. Anyways, so yeah, it made me feel, Explode made me feel like I had to shit my pants. So I thought, you know, maybe I just got a bug or something, maybe something's not right, and I kind of blew it off for the most part. Day 2 taking it, I'm at the gym, and I really feel like I got to fart non-stop. I kept getting that feeling. Every time I'd go to lift weight, like, I was clenching my ass together, like I thought I was gonna fart in the gym, like just be farting like crazy. I didn't want to stink the place out, so I kind of let it go for the most part. Well, then you know, I'm like, what's going on with this stuff? So I talked to a buddy of mine I know used to take it too, and he says, yeah, I stopped taking that. He goes, I take nano vapor now. He goes, and you kind of get the same results off it, but you don't get that feeling. He goes, I actually used to. He goes, I wouldn't fart. He goes, I'd fart, and he goes, I'd be afraid to fart. He goes, I'd honestly go to the bathroom in the gym. I'd run in the bathroom, and I'd sit on the toilet and fart. And sometimes I would shit. He said, I don't know what it is with that stuff. It's in that formula. He goes, it's not just you. So that really freaked me out, and I was like, all right, enough of that crap. So anyway, today was the first day that I didn't take it. I went in the gym. I actually had a really good workout. I didn't have explosive freaking energy, but I had a really good workout, and I had zero bad feelings in my gut. I didn't feel like I had to fart at all. I didn't feel like I had to shit at all. And I know this probably sounds nasty, but hey guys, man, this stuff happens. What are you gonna do? You know what I mean? You know, I don't know if it's gonna have the same effects on you guys, but hey, check it out. You know, something's not right with that stuff. So anyway, that's my opinion on that. I am now at Walmart. I need a new blender, so I'm going to get one. Usually I will go to Target or anywhere else and spend more money just to avoid coming to Walmart. I literally cannot stand the store. But anyway, I need something else that I have to get here too as well for the wife, and this is where she wants me to get it, so that's why I'm here. So I might as well get my blender here as well. So I'll leave here, and then it's on to get the steel, and we'll carry on with this day. Okay, Walmart was uneventful like always, but like always, I spent more than I wanted to spend in there, and I bought crap that I did not need to buy. But a day in my life. So I end up, besides buying my blender, I bought my wife this mini speaker setup thing to Bluetooth her phone to, that she's been wanting to move around the house while she's cleaning, whatever. So anyway, so she got that. And when I went to the gym today, I found a peanut in the earpiece. I have the big Explode headphones. And I found a peanut in one of them today. And my kids always use them on their Kindle Fires and their laptops and all that crap. They always use my headphones. And then they leave them laying around, and I find them, or my wife finds them, we pick them up. So I think one of my kids used them, and my 3-year-old somehow got a peanut in there, because he's always eating bowls of peanuts, and they get everywhere. And so anyway, they had little mini, like, kind of like Dre Beat knockoffs, little mini ones, and they're foldable, and they don't, you know, they don't break easy or nothing. And they actually had them on sale for a pretty good deal. So I got 2 sets of them, and then today when they get home from school, I will give them each their own set of headphones and tell them to leave mine the hell alone. So, and I'll put mine up so they can't get them. I mean, I know it's my fault, I've been letting them use them, but they're usually pretty good with them, and they don't actually break them. But I don't exactly want peanuts in my ears. So, and they were on sale, so we got those. What the hell else did I buy in there? Oh, I bought a pack of under t-shirts because I needed some, and so, and the wife called, and now I have to go to Wegmans because apparently we are out of milk, we're out of bananas, we are out of eggs, and we are out of apples. So she gave me a shopping list, so now I have to add that to the list. Still have not got my steel yet. So, oh, freaking bumps. But, so now going right across the street to Wegmans. You know what? I'm freaking hungry, and still, see, all this running around is delaying me from eating after my workout. So, but since I'm going to Wegmans, I could do a Wegmans sub. That clunking's driving me crazy under my truck. I think it might be my rear brakes. I keep hearing a clunking. When I hit the brakes, it goes clunk, 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 clunk. Or like clunks that let off, and then it makes another clunking noise. And it's all in the back end. I think there might be something with my brakes. Well, truck's still stopping. I'll fix it later. Put it on the lift and find out what is wrong with it. But I don't know why the hell I came over here. I usually park in the side lot when I get subs, see? Because the sub shop's right inside this side entrance. I was thinking I was getting subs, and I'm not. You know what? Maybe that's not. Maybe that's... Could be my drive shaft making that noise. Maybe a universal is screwed up. Anyway, we're gonna go into Wegmans here and get my wife's shopping list, and then from here I'm going to get my steel. Oh, because enough's enough. Come on, buddy, what are you doing? You gonna sit there all day or what? Let's go. How many times can you wave at the same person? Look, he's beeping at me. Oh, that guy's beeping because he's trying to get out of there. Oh, that van's gonna take that spot. I'm not gonna sit in wait any longer. I'm gonna go to the next one. See, this is why I don't like doing the grocery shopping. These cars drive me crazy. I just want to get in and get back out. And now this sound of my truck's driving me crazy. And I want to figure out what it is. Alright, in the Wegmans, and I'll be back. Alright guys, well, Wegmans was uneventful as well. So now I'm going to get my steel. I'm going to pick up the pieces of steel I need. But that sun is shining like crazy today, but it is still cold out. According to the temp gauge on my truck, it is 13 degrees outside. So soft lips. Yep. I have had over the last, I don't know, week and a half, I've had the worst chapped lips I've ever had in my life. Literally, my lips were wet. I went outside when they were wet and it was windy and extremely cold, and I got windburn on my lips. I've never used chapstick or Chapmedics or any of that stuff my whole life. I just whatever. Never had an issue. Man, I'll tell you what. They hurt so bad. They literally felt like I ate like 10 peaches in a row. That fuzzy feeling you get. Only on top of that, they burn really bad. And so you keep on licking them to moisten them up, because when they dry out, then they get even worse, and they like harden up, and then if you move your lips, it cracks, and then it actually like rips your lips open. Man, it sucks. So I've been using Blistex for a few days at night, putting it on, letting it soak in all night, and that helped out a lot to where they dried right up. And then all day yesterday and all day today I've been using this Soft Lips vanilla stuff that my wife gave me, and it's been keeping my lips moist. Especially, like I said, it's like 13 degrees outside today, and it's got a slight breeze out there, so bam, that's all you need. Cold, wind burnt, chapped again. So I'm keeping this on, which seems to be helping out. We'll see what happens from here, but I need to keep putting this stuff on. They don't hurt right now. They definitely feel chapped and fuzzied up, but at least they stopped burning and they stopped hurting. So we'll see where it goes from here, and hopefully no issues with them. But alright, so we're off to get the steel, and then I can head home and dump this steel off in the garage and get the rest of the stuff out of the truck that I have now acquired throughout the day. And I need to eat. I should have eaten already after my workout. I have not eaten yet. That's not a good thing. I need carbs bad, because now my stomach's starting to hurt, which means I'm hungry, and it means instead of being in an anabolic state. My body is going into a catabolic state, which any of you guys that work out, you know that means that my body is feeding off of my muscle tissue for protein because I am hungry. I keep getting this frickin' 334 area code calling me. I keep hitting ignore. They left me a voicemail. One time it was this company that says that they want to buy into a percentage of my company and they will guarantee me like I'll make so much money and I'll so many leads and so many new customers and this and that and blah 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 blah. But at the same time, what it comes out to is I have to sign over like 25% of my company to them, and they pretty much can control a portion of it. I think, or maybe it's 50%. I sign half over, whatever. But they want to control a portion of it, and I've worked my butt off to get my company where it is, just like all y'all have. And I'll be damned if somebody's going to tell me what to do. There's two people in this world that tell me what to do. All right, I can't say tell me what to do. I'll say they influence my decision greatly. One being my wife, and the other one is God. I am a firm believer, and I have a lot of faith. And I don't know. I'm not preaching to any of you guys. I know that, you know, some people believe, some people don't believe, and to each their own. I don't push my religion on anybody, but I'm a believer. So these are the two things that influence my decisions. And another business from another state that has absolutely no idea who the hell I am. I could be a girl for all they know when they see my company. It could be a girl that owns it. Could be a 90-year-old man. Could be a 16-year-old kid. Who the hell knows? They know absolutely nothing about me, the things I've gone through, what I've done to build this company up, so on and so forth. And I'll be damned if they think, oh, here's some sucker that we can make some money off of. We'll promise them this, this, and that, and then we'll just take part of this company. And then if it crashes or something goes shit, then we just dump it off, write it off, and we're done. We'll find another one. No, it doesn't work that way for me. But alrighty, so here we are. We are going to pick up the steel. And I will be back on in a minute, let you know how this escapade went, and we'll see what happens from here. Alright guys, well, finally picked up my steel. $220 later, and it ain't that much steel. I'm not very happy about that, but I've never been, how about this? I've never really been one to go and buy all this steel and just, you know, kind of build whatever I needed to build. I have a cousin that is a union welder that usually whenever I needed something welded, he would just do it for me. And he always got the steel from his work. And, you know, just went from there, and it all worked out pretty well. But since, you know, as you guys have seen in one of my videos, I went and bought that new Lincoln 140 HD, which is a great welder, and I got sick of waiting on my cousin. He pretty much will get a hold of me whenever he wants something or whenever he needs something. Other than that, I can text him for days on end or call him. He don't answer his phone. He don't reply to his texts, and you know what I mean? He's just one of them people, and that's how he is. I think he's got some issues, but whatever. I don't really care. That's his own problem. But so anyway, I got sick and tired. I hate relying on people as it is. I can't stand it because it just seems to me that whenever you rely on somebody and they know you're relying on them, they take advantage of you. It's more common than it's not, you know, and everybody will say, man, I'd never take advantage of you. You know, I got busy doing this, busy doing that. You know what? Fuck you. You don't get busy non-stop every single time, okay? It just doesn't happen that way. So sorry about my language, guys, but stuff like that gets me riled up. Anyway, I got sick and tired of waiting on him, so, you know, I just went and bought my own welder, and I'll just do it myself now. So anyway, so I needed steel, and, you know, like I said, I could have called him up and, you know, had him get me the steel from his work. I'm sure I would have got it much cheaper, but again, he only answers his phone when he needs something, or when there's something he wants. So he very, very unreliable, and I just don't have the time to play games with him. So there's 3 main places around here where I live that have been brought to my attention where you can get steel. I called one place, and what I needed some flat stock, I needed some angle iron, and I need some expanded steel. Expanded steel is the mesh type stuff that you see like in cages. I need it for the gate on the back of the new trailer I'm building, and I need it to build the cage that's going on the front. And they say expanded is the most expensive. Well, I found that on Craigslist, a guy selling 4-foot by 9-foot sheets of it for 30 bucks a sheet. The thickness that I wanted. So that's really good, because any place that I've gotten prices on it is $45–50 a sheet for sheets that are like 4 by 8. They're a little bit smaller. So anyway, so that's a good deal on that. Anyways, the 3 places I found around here that are steel companies, one of them only deals with tube and pipe steeling. They don't sell angle iron or like angle steel, which I need for bracing, or flat plate steel, or expanded steel. So that screwed them out. The other one is a little jog from me, and I really didn't feel like driving that far to get it. And then the other one were more than happy to help me, and I gave them an entire list of exactly what I wanted, the lengths I needed, the thickness I needed it. And she says, you know, I'm the sales lady, and I'll put together some prices for you, and I'll call you back by the end of the day. Well, like 3 days went by, and, you know, I got busy, and I had not paid that much attention to it. So like I said, it wasn't something I had to have right now. It's a project I'm trying to get done, but we're past the first of the year now. So I called them back and thought, you know, maybe she just lost my number or something. It was just before the holidays. Well, they said, okay, you know, they'll call me back with the price, they'll put it together. Well, they still didn't call me back, and I'm sick and tired of calling them. So I looked online, and I found out Home Depot sells steel. So I went there and I bought it, and like I said, I got all of the angle that I need, which is, let's see, I got, you know what, I'll tell you exactly how much I got actually. Let's see, I got 42 foot. So what I ended up with is I needed 60 foot, and the lengths I was able to get it in, I end up getting 70 foot of 1.5 by 1.5 angle steel, 1/8 inch thick, and I paid, that ain't it. Where's that so much? Oh, maybe that was it. Yep, that was it. So, oh, that's not it. What the hell did I do with that receipt? I know where it's at. Oh! So, I ended up paying $217.08 is what it came to with tax. So for 70 foot of 1.5 by 1.5 angle that's 1/8 inch thick, I paid $217.08 for it, for 70 foot. So, I mean, I don't know if any of you guys are, any of you guys out there are used to buying steel. You buy a lot of steel in bulk, you know, just stock steel. Maybe you got a better idea. I don't even know what it would cost. I don't know what the regular price is, but I'm sure buying it from Home Depot, I spent a lot more than if I got it from an actual steel company that sells steel. But like I said, I got tired of playing around with these people, and here it is after the first of the year. We're halfway through January already, and they were claiming that winter was going to be so bad this year, it was going to lead into June, but it's been pretty damn mild so far. And usually the worst of it comes in January and February, but I guess we'll see what happens. I am starting to think that we are going to have an early spring, and I don't think it's going to go nearly as long as they said, or as bad, which is woohoo, fine with me. You know, Billy Madison, O'Doyle rules. I'm super stoked about that, because you know, like you guys have seen in my videos, plowing is, you know, it is what it is, but I would rather just be mowing nonstop. I like to do the other work, mulching, hedge trimming, things like that. Mowing is my thing. That's what I do. That's what I love to do. I take a lot of pride in it. I'm very good at it. My prices are right on, so I'm making great money doing it. You know, some people, you know, don't charge that much, and they're charging low amounts of buying all these brand new mowers at these high prices that payments on. They're really not making shit on mowing. Me, I've been a mechanic my whole life. I fabricate stuff, I build stuff. I can take cars that have sat in woods for 10 years and make this sumbitch run. So I buy used mowers, and you know, I go over them, make sure that they don't need anything, and if they do, they need very little, and then I do the work myself, and it costs me nothing to make these mowers mow top notch. And my used mowers are mowing as clean and flawless as these mowers guys are buying for 10 grand brand new, or 7 grand, or whatever they're paying for them. And my mowers are mowing just as nice. I paid a fraction of that. They pay themselves off in no time. So I make a ton of money on them, and then I just keep on using them, and they're paid off, and they just make me money. So, but I mean, if you can do that, in my personal opinion, if you're in this industry, if you're a landscaper, I mean, you don't have to be a Class A tech or anything like that, but you sure should know how to fix basic stuff on mowers. You should know how to change out spindles, change out bearings, press in and out bearings. You should know how to change tires from rims. You should know how to change oil, spark plugs. You should know how to figure out if that thing's not running, why. It's a small engine. 9 times out of 10 it's either spark or fuel. It's one of the two. Figure it out. You know, you should be able to figure this basic stuff out, and if you don't, man, dealers love you, because they know they're going to sell you a piece of equipment, and once that warranty's up and something breaks in that thing, it's all cash in their pocket, because you're going to keep coming back to fix basic stupid shit that you should know how to do on your own, and they're charging you a shop premium to do it. So I mean, just basic. If you guys don't know the stuff, especially those of you that don't do anything in the winter time, you should be studying this stuff. You should be trying to figure out how this stuff works, so that the following season, if things happen, things come up, you can fix it on your own, and you're not paying someone else to do it for you. Especially the basic stuff. You guys should be paying close attention to those hour meters. If your equipment doesn't have an hour meter, buy one. They're cheap. You buy them online. You can get them on eBay, Amazon, wherever. Now, you can get basic cheap ones for under 20 bucks. And you just mount it anywhere. You can drill holes in and rivet it in, screw it in. You can use 3M double-sided tape and stick it to the mower, and you just take the wire down, you wrap it like 6 or 7 times around your spark plug cable, and that's it. As the voltage is going through that spark plug cable and that mower's running, it's making the hour meter read. It's making it add up. It's making it work. It's that simple. There's nothing to it. There's more extreme hour meters that you can wire in different ways and all kinds of stuff, but that's all there is to it. It's so basic and simple. You should be paying attention to them hour meters and changing that oil when it needs to be changed. You know, keeping records of your equipment, and then this stuff will last you, and you won't have half the breakdowns and half the repairs and stuff. But you guys should definitely be staying on this stuff. And like I said, you own a business, you're in landscaping, you need to be fixing your equipment. You need to know at least the basics of your equipment and not be sending this stuff out. But very, very rare. I have a guy that I send some stuff out to. He owns a small He owns a small engine repair shop. He is a genius. He can fix anything. There's some things that I just don't, especially in the summer. When I do not have the time, it's got to go to him. And he knows there's an importance, there's a rush on it, it's got to get done. For instance, I use a John Deere rider mower you guys have seen in my videos. I use it to tow the agrifab for cleanups. Every once in a while I'll throw it in as a backup mower if I really need it. It blew a head gasket halfway through this summer. I took it to him, 3 days later I had it back, 110 bucks, head gasket, done, out the door. You know, but you know, if I took it to a regular shop like a John Deere shop, John Deere dealer, man, probably 500 bucks, 600 bucks, they'd probably charge me to change that damn thing out. Find a local guy that's small engine repair, that's reputable, and he knows what he's doing. That's where I go to when I don't have time to do it. And you know, like I said, you guys got to get this stuff done. You got to make it happen. Save yourself the money, save yourself the headache, and figure out how to do this stuff. You guys can do it. It's not hard. It's not a big deal. Small engine repair is so simple. I'd rather work on my mowers all the time than work on my trucks. I mean, cars, once you learn the basics of cars really ain't that bad either, but they're a lot more of a pain in the ass than a mower is. And they're usually more expensive. So, you know, but anyway, you guys gotta learn how to fix this stuff, make it happen, save yourself the money. You're working your butt off for them profits. Stop giving it to dealerships that are just gonna rape you whenever they need something fixed, or whenever you need something fixed. I know guys around here that take their mowers to a dealership to have the oil changed, and they're paying like 40 something bucks. You kidding me? It's 2 quarts of oil and a filter. Are you shitting me? 40 bucks? Hell, I'd tell them, you don't have to use the gold stuff, the regular stuff will work just fine. That's crazy, crazy. Even when, you know, you're paying under $6 a quart for oil when you're changing oil you buy yourself, the good stuff, and under 4 bucks for a filter. So where are you at? Say you're 6. 6 and 6 is 12 plus 4. 16 bucks, and you're paying 40 for a dealer to do it. It takes 5 minutes, 10 minutes to change it. Run it while it's, you know, start up, run it, let it get nice and hot so that oil thins out. Jack it up a little bit to one side so the oil drains out better. Drain it out, done. Take the filter off, put a new one on, pour oil in, away you go. You're paying them guys 40 bucks or better to do that. All right, my rant's over. I gotta go in and pick up this prescription out for my wife, and then we'll carry on with this day. Alright guys, so this is gonna end my little rant for today. And let's see, you guys followed me through my day. We got everything done just about. Maybe tomorrow I'll get to cut up that steel and start welding that together. You guys will get to see that. Of course, I'll make videos for it. Like I was telling you, I had to go get a new blender. Mine had taken a crap. This is a blender that I bought. See this little guy right here, Hamilton Beach. And here is the top part of it. Goes in, has a little lid right there, just flips up on it. And you make one shake at a time with that thing, and then you can take it right off and drink out of it. But yeah, it works much better than the huge blender I've been using. I told you guys about the headphones I got for the kids today. These are them. Voila, they each got their own pair. They can fight over red or blue. I really don't care. I'll do a little. I'll make them work for it. I'll do something. I'll come up with something creative and see who gets to pick which one they want. But anyways, guys, that'll be the end of this one. And I'm gonna try to put these videos together like I told you I was gonna, and we will see. We will see where we're at from here. So I don't know. Stay tuned for the next video. Rate, comment, subscribe, and we'll see how this one goes. Week 2, back to the gym. Loving it. Everything's working good, and now we'll see what's up. Hope you guys are all making good progress at the gym like I am, and they ain't getting much in size yet. But it's coming. It's coming. My arms, building them arms up. Trying like hell, but I got some time to go here. and we'll get some gains going. Get some stuff going. Starting to get a little bit of my definition back, but not much. We'll work on it, and we'll see where it goes from here, guys. Wish me luck. All right, I'm out.